In 1883, the American House was opened for business by Joseph Diedrich as a hotel, saloon, and boarding house. It was a boomtown-style wood frame building that had its own barn in the back to house the travelers' horses. There were better hotels in town when this establishment opened. Across the river, the Antlers was, as one writer stated in 1892, the only first-class hotel in town, and the handsomest hotel in northern Minnesota. Financed by the Louisville syndicate that built the dam, it was designed by Cass Gilbert, one of Minnesota's leading architects, and inspired by the Antlers Hotel in Colorado Springs. However, it never proved to be a financial success. Clarence Buckman opened his new hotel that same year, 1892, and it was praised as perfect in every appointment. The American House, however, was the working man's hotel, and filled with many long-term renters. There were carpenters, masons, laborers, paper mill workers, bartenders, and store clerks. It was popular with farmers who took rooms overnight when they came to market, and the place was filled during log drives. And that could be a rough crowd. One older resident, Louis Joss, remembered, "Little Falls was very much a pioneer town. Hundreds of river hogs came to town every spring when the log drive went through. The wooden sidewalks were perforated with fine holes from the corks on their shoes." After Joe Diedrich died, Joseph Bacorny took over as manager, but he ran into difficulty when some city councilors threatened to ban the practice of allowing horse-drawn farm wagons to park on the street in the front of the hotel. It didn't help that Bacorny was a candidate for office at the time, and after his defeat at the polls, he left Little Falls and took over a hotel in Royalton. Joe Diedrich's widow married John Reed in 1896, and 5 years later, they built a 3-story brick addition on the west. The hotel closed for good in the early 1950s.